Good morning. We're working on lesson 3.8, fraction problems with mixed operations. Operations, those are things like adding, subtracting, multiplying, comparing. So here's your I can statement. I can solve fraction word problems with mixed operations. So some of them you might be adding, some of them you might be subtracting, or maybe you'll be multiplying. They're not all going to be the same. So as a reminder, I thought something else was going to pop up. Okay. Let me show you what we're going to be doing, something similar to this in your assignment today. So you've got what's called a fraction box over here, and it has two fractions. So we're going to be doing a variety of things with them. We're going to first compare them, which one is greater. We're going to add them, subtract them, and multiply them. Notice we're not doing any division. You have not learned that yet. So 1/3 is greater than 2/6. This box is already done for you. I'm just going to quick review it. One of the ways we know that is because we can turn thirds into sixths by multiplying by 2. And then we can see 1/3 is the same as 2/6, and 2/6 is greater than 1/6. So if we add 1/3 and 1/6, well, we get that common denominator, which is what we did up here. We add them and get 3/6, and then that can be simplified by dividing top and bottom by 3. That is simplified to 1/2. So when we subtract them, we need to take the larger one, which is 2/6 or 1/3, minus 1/6. Get your common denominator, which we already did up here. 2 minus 1 is 1/6. And then when we multiply them, we multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. All right, so I'm going to do fraction box 1, and then you're going to stop the video and do fraction box 2. All right, so here we go. 2/5 and 7/10. Now, 7/10 is larger, and the reason I know that is because 2 is not quite half of 5, but I know 7 is more than half of 10. Or I could get a common denominator, multiply 2 and 5 both by 2 to get tenths. 2/5 is the same as 4/10, and so I know that 4/10 is less than 7/10. So this is nice to get a common denominator right away because I can use this in my addition and subtraction problems. So now I'm going to add those two fractions, but I'm going to use my common denominator. So I'm going to use the 4/10 plus the 7/10, and altogether I get 11/10. That is a fraction more than 1, or an improper fraction, so I'm going to change it to a mixed number. 10 goes into 11 once with 1 left over. So I'm going to subtract those. I need to start with the bigger one, okay, the 7/10 minus the 2/5. I need to use my common denominator fractions. So the 7/10, remember that 2/5 is the same as 4/10. 7/10 minus 4/10 is 3/10, and that is already simplified. So I'm going to multiply them. 7/10 times 2/5. I'm going to look and see if I can do any simplifying, and I'm noticing that 2 and 10 both have 2 as a factor. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, 10 divided by 2 is 5, and now I can multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and I get 7/25. All right, so you're going to stop the video now, and I would like you to do exactly what I did over here with these two fractions, 3/5 and 4/7. So pause the video and try this problem. When you're finished, restart the video. All right, let's see how you did. Oops. See if I can get this going. All right, so we have 3/5 and 4/7. Now, It might not be as easy to tell which one of these is larger, but if I turn them into 35ths, get a common denominator, I can tell that 21 35ths is larger than 20 35ths. Or you could have used that secret method. Remember I taught you that cross multiplying up. So 7 times 3 is 21, 4 times 5 is 20, and 21 is greater than 20. So we're going to add those two. Let's use the two with the common denominators. 3/5 plus 4/7 is the same as 21 35ths and 20 35ths. So when you add them up, you get 41 35ths. It's an improper fraction. 35 goes into 41 once, and you're going to end up with 6 left over. And 6 and 35 do not have any common factors, so that is already simplified. So let's subtract them now. We need to start with the larger one. 3/5 is larger, so 3/5 minus 4/7. We know that that would be 21 35ths minus 20 35ths, and we end up with 1 35th. So when you multiply them, 3/5 times 4/7, I'm not seeing anywhere where I can simplify, so we're going to end up with 12 35ths. How'd you do? Hopefully well. All right, so when solving word problems, make sure you're looking out for those key words. We have to be figuring out this time, are we going to have to add, subtract, multiply? So again, here's a review of some of the addition words. Subtraction, multiplication. We don't have to worry about division today. So let's look at an example. Yesterday, Kyra made 3 2/3 quarts of strawberry jam and 2 1/6 quarts of raspberry jam. How much more strawberry jam did she make than raspberry? Doesn't say how much altogether, it says how much more. So we need to compare these two amounts and figure out the difference between the two. So I'm going to start with my 3 2/3. I'm going to have to subtract 2 1/6 to find out how much more I have of the strawberry. Okay, so the J equals how much strawberry jam. All right, so here's my problem. I'm going to be subtracting, so I need a common denominator. 3 times 2 is 6. So I multiply the top by 2 also, and I get 4/6. So 4/6 minus 1/6 is 3/6. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3/6 can be simplified to 1/2. So how much more? 1 1/2 quarts more. And that's where I get my label of quarts. Let's look at another one. On Sunday, Natalie made 4 1/8 quarts of blackberry jam and 2 3/4 quarts of blueberry jam. She will mix the two kinds of jam together. So how much of this mixed jam will she have? What operation are we going to be using? Okay, we're going to put them together. So that should be a good keyword for you to know that we're going to be, whoops, didn't mean to do that. That should be a good keyword for you to know what you have to do. All right, so write your equation, solve the problem, and I'll see you soon.